Welcome to a quick sharp review of Batman by Grant Morrison, Omnibus 1 through 3. So it's a complete series. I'm going to be talking a bit about the physical release, I'm going to be talking about the story and the art, and then lastly what music I'd recommend listening to when reading it. So, three big, hefty omnibuses, omnibi, whatever you want to call them, which come in at about 700 pages or so each for Volume 1 and 2. Volume 2, I think, is probably the biggest one, and Volume 3, I think about 640, 650 pages. So you can see it's quite a bit thinner. I wonder if that also has something to do with the printing. As you can see, that these are, the Volume 1 and 2 are from the old DC imprint, so you can see the logos there, and then the new logo here, and that's reflected on the front as well. You can see the old logo down here, and then the new logo up there. And I only noticed it just now before I made this video, but it just looks really ugly there. I don't really care about it on the spine as much as some people do, but I understand people who want uniformity in their collection. I think this cover just looks way uglier with this right up here. It just looks so out of place, like someone's just stuck it on there. Anyway, each of these has a nice dust cover with a little bit of art on the inside, and then that comes out to the outside. All of them have the same underneath in this hardcover, which is this sort of cool Batman design. I wish they had done a bit more in terms of maybe something different for each of these, because they just do the same thing on each of them in terms of that design. It's a nice design, but you know, they went to the effort of making the covers different. I don't know why they wouldn't just make these different as well. And Volume 3 is the same. Hang on. Now that I'm looking at it, they are different. How about that? So, you get Volume 1. Whoa! Volume 1, which is the white and the black on top. Volume 2, the black and the white, and Volume 3 there. So, interesting. Yeah, that's uniform on the front and the back. There you go. Didn't know that. And it's the same on the spines as well, which is interesting. And that probably is related to the plot that we see in Volume 2. So, I'm going to talk a bit about this story without giving spoilers. This is a really hard one for me to talk about. I'll start off by saying that I think Grant Morrison is a real genius and probably smarter than what I have capacity to understand. I thought this Volume 1 of this Omnibus Volume 1 was really cool. There's lots of interesting ideas in here. There's this whole chapter, I just saw it before, that's all sort of text-based, all right? It's a big Joker text-based one. And I actually really like this. Some of the 3D artwork is a bit dated, but it's fine. It works. It feels really weird. And there's some good mysteries going on throughout this whole volume. Really enjoyed it, and was looking forward to Volume 2, which has the Batman and Robin stuff, which I'd heard is the best from this run. And I agree with that. I think it is a big strong point. Having Damian as Robin and Dick as Batman, I think, is a really great combo that Grant Morrison just nailed with this. That's interspersed with a storyline that I didn't really care as much about, which is Bruce. And I don't think this is really spoilery, but Bruce going through different eras and sort of being Batman across, pirate era and like pioneering eras and the Western era, which for some people is cool. I don't really love that sort of genre hopping stuff. I don't find it super interesting. And I should mention that before this Volume 2, I read through the Final Crisis Omnibus, which was also by Grant Morrison, because there's events. The Volume 1 happens, and then this happens, and then Volume 2 happens. So I think you can just go straight into Volume 2 without reading this. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd recommend reading this. I couldn't really finish it towards the end. The Batman stuff is good. But some of the stuff in here is just bizarre. And again, I like Grant Morrison's work. I like Animal Man. I like Animal Man. I like Batman, Arkham Asylum, a serious House on Serious Earth. But some of this stuff is just too bonkers for me. Where they shine is with original characters and original, how should I say, villains and reinterpretations of villains. I think that stuff is really well done, and certainly there's a lot to like in these stories. The best ones, I think, in here were drawn by Frank Quitely, amazing artwork. And then in Volume 3, we get into the sort of Batman Incorporated stuff, which is a good idea in practice. Some of these storylines, I had no idea what was going on. It's just hopping around between things, and maybe I'm not smart enough to figure this stuff out, but I shouldn't be having to like roll my eyes and go like through each chapter thinking, what on earth is going on here? Like, and I don't feel like there's ever any explanation. And to be honest, I didn't even finish this one. I couldn't finish it, which I was upset about because, I've got this big, lovely omnibus. It's got nice paper quality. It's nicely sewn, bound. But I couldn't do it. I had no idea. And I just felt like it was a chore each time to read this book that I should be enjoying. Maybe I need to go back when, after I've read it, because there are things that I've enjoyed more after reading it again. I've enjoyed Hellboy a lot more after reading it a second, third time. I enjoyed Monstrous after reading that second and third time. So maybe I just need to do a reread of these at some point. But some of this stuff is just so bonkers and just like too bonkers. Like I like weird stuff as much as the next person. I just didn't even feel like the narrative structure. What is Leviathan? Who is Leviathan? I still don't know. I got like 60% of the way through this, and I have no idea what was going on. So, look, if anyone can help me out in the comments, that'd be appreciated. Let me know what you think about the run. I should talk about music. So, I mean, any Batman music is going to be good for this. I like the Arkham Asylum soundtracks. I think Nick Arundel did a great job on those, so I'd recommend just firing up Arkham City or Arkham Knight and listening to those. But yeah, look, let me know what you think of this. I've heard this is one of the most definitive Batman runs. I don't know about that. I mean, you can see how influential it was for a number of things. I mean, Scott Snyder certainly used a lot of the ideas in this when he did his Batman. So yeah, look, let me know what you think about Grant Morrison's Batman, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.